Test. Test. Test, test, test. Let me know if you guys can hear me. Test, 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 test. Audio, audio, audio. Audio. Let me know if you guys can hear me. All right. Looks like everything's working. Test. Test, test. Just want to make sure everything's working. All right. It is August 18th, and we are about to do some Desmos magic with SirBoabert. We're about to hop on live in a second, and I'm going to invite him in. Anyway, this guy is a genius at Desmos. He just knows how to graph these crazy functions, and I think today he's going to explain to us how he does some of these graphs, and I'll definitely want to ask him or try to challenge him on making him graph specific things that I have on my end. I have a couple pictures or diagrams that I want to show him when I want to see if he can replicate them. So let's get started. Let's see. I think he is live. I'm just going to make sure he is. I'm going to go ahead and invite him into the room, and let's see what's going on. Yo, can you hear me okay?
Yep.
What's going on, man? How are you?
Doing fine, and you?
Good, man. Oh my gosh, I'm so happy that we were finally able to make this work, right?
I know, right? We're both
Yeah.
very busy.
Yeah, for sure. You were mentioning that you started a new job, correct?
Yeah, and I'm loving it. I'm sitting in my cubicle.
Right on. Cool. That's awesome. So, I mean, let's just kind of get started with all this stuff. Well, first of all, is it Boabert or is it Boabert? How do you pronounce it?
Honestly, I always said Boabert, but ever since you said Boabert in that one video where you shouted me out, I was like, dang, I actually like that.
Yeah, it's a little French, right?
Yeah.
Right
That's why I'm
on.
like,
Cool,
dang,
dude.
I might change my name to that.
Okay, cool. You will. I mean, I saw that you signed on Zoom. I think you're just gonna flip your camera, right? You're gonna show me some of the stuff. I think that's probably how you want to work it. But yeah, right on. Cool. So we'll definitely get to those things. I think that's gonna be
I,
exciting.
I can
Um,
also launch the Zoom meeting.
dude, what I mean, it seems like you have it flipped. If you're comfortable doing that, that's totally fine with me. Um, so that'll be cool. That's fine. But I noticed that when you were signing on, it was Robert Banks the fourth.
Yeah.
Okay. So how did the Bull Bear come about?
My wife knows I like boba tea, so she just said Bo, and my name's Robert, so Bobert.
So Sir Boabert. Oh, I get it. I get it. Okay, cool. So now we know the origin of the whole thing, bro. I'm just gonna continue calling you Sir Boabert. I think
Thank.
that's kind of nice if you're
As
okay
I
with
said,
it.
I love that name.
Okay, that's right. Awesome. Okay, so that makes sense. That's cool, dude. So before we even like talk about this Desmo stuff, tell me a little bit about yourself. I mean, how did you get into this crazy magic that we call Desmos?
Okay, so my wife is still trying to get her GD in math, and I felt like she for a more visual intuition, I just started playing around with Desmos
Mm-hmm.
and just kind of fell in love with it.
That's awesome, dude. Hey, man, that's so cool. But okay,
I also used to
De-
be a tutor as well,
you
so
mentioned
it
that.
helped.
Okay, you mentioned that right on. So did you study math in college, or like how did that come about?
Uh, I'm gonna be honest. I haven't taken anything beyond algebra two, so but I'm planning on going back to college soon.
Okay, bro, you're just some sort of genius that just messes around with like all these transformations.
Oh no,
With
I
oh
just
my,
it's just it's just a lot of plucking away and just
Mm-hmm.
seeing. It's kind of like learning a language or playing an instrument. Sometimes you feel like a good chord, and then you're like, okay, and this chord goes nice with it, and then all of a sudden you just get an entire melody and a feel for it, and
Oh wow.
that's how I tutor with math as well. Just try to get people having like you kind of do with
Mm-hmm.
as I observed.
Yeah, yeah. Bro, that is amazing. I think that's a great way to describe this whole stuff because I mean with Desmos, just like you said, if as long as you have like some sort of function that you understand and you can plug it in, it'll make sense. And as long as you mess around with it, really, I think that's what math is about, especially Desmos. Just
Yeah.
plug away. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Wow.
math at higher levels with proofs,
Mm-hmm.
differential equations,
Yeah.
a lot of involved math that just requires just plucking around at it and not
Yeah.
just plugging in, which is a lot of people's misconception dealing with math.
Exactly, exactly. No, I completely agree. And Desmos is a whole different ball game. So like, to let's just say, to someone that to a complete stranger that just walks into the room and says, "Hey, what do you do?" and you say, "Well, I do Desmos." How would you explain what Desmos is to someone?
Well, I'll admit, with most people, I don't really have to.
Hmm.
Uh, they're most people are like, "Hey, what are you doing?" There's just some math stuff.
Okay.
But if I really had to,
Mm-hmm.
if I had to explain it, I'd say it's kind of like soft programming in a way,
Mm-hmm.
just making art, uh, and just
Yes.
trying to explore math in a language that more people should be familiar with.
Oh, I completely agree. Do you know any other like programming languages?
I'm learning a little bit of GLSL. It's
Okay.
some a shade like a shader language, a little
Mm-hmm.
bit of Python, but and also I'm just and for a lot of Desmos stuff, I'm trying to
Mm-hmm.
learn a bit of JavaScript,
Okay.
just so stuff like this,
Mm-hmm.
mostly
Yeah.
just to add on to the Desmos experience for me.
Yes. Yes. Wow, dude. That's so cool. I'm hoping that like you find a career in that, and continue to push that. So, is your wife into this stuff too, or are you trying to like
No,
learn?
not
She's
at
not.
all.
Okay,
But she loves supporting me in whatever I do.
that's awesome. Yeah, that's a healthy relationship. That's
Oh yeah,
awesome, dude. Yeah. How long have you guys been married?
we've been married for about a year right now.
Oh, cool. Right on. That's awesome. Yeah, and then she's getting. You said she's getting her GED, and then I mean, you're learning this stuff. You're gonna, dude. I don't know. The future is bright for both of you. That's for sure. Yeah.
Oh yeah, she's definitely it kind of works because she's actually an digital artist,
Mm-hmm.
and sometimes I'll give her some of my 3D graphs so
Mm-hmm.
she can actually help. It helps with her perspective, for
Mm-hmm.
instance. So
Mm-hmm.
we kind of mingle in with that.
Okay. Wow, that's cool. So you guys are kind of like I guess complementing each other. You have your
Yep.
graphs, and then she's with the the artist stuff and the design, and so you guys can help each other out.
Oh yeah, her biggest thing is being a video game designer.
Mm-hmm.
They can like concept models for those type of characters, and
Mm-hmm.
I really want to see her succeed, especially in school, for
Mm-hmm.
to do that.
Yeah, that's awesome, dude. I think it's just as long as you continue practicing and applying yourself, good things will
Oh
come.
yeah.
Yeah. Dude, that's great. So, I mean, that's kind of like what the things that I had in terms of my notes and stuff. So let's get started with the Desmos. I see that you have. I mean, again, me in terms of Desmos and the students that I meet, we literally it looks like you're graphing a sine function and you have a circle on
Yep,
there.
that's pretty much
Okay.
it.
Okay. Perfect. Okay, so I know that. But then you start doing all these crazy things. So I mean, give me an intro of like what you start playing around with when you have something like this.
Okay, so when I have something like this,
Mm-hmm.
there's a couple things I could do. So, like, pretty sure with the student, if you wanted to make the circle go up, you
Mm-hmm.
would tell them to add another value
Mm-hmm.
to call every y value to go up.
Oh, I see what you're doing. So, I mean, for people that are probably looking at this, right? You just included a variable, and then that slide just opened up by itself, right? Or like,
Right.
okay, and then so now you're able to move it around, and you're showing that you're transforming something up and down. Right
Precisely.
on. Okay, cool. Damn.
And then
Okay.
the
Mm-hmm.
cool thing is this can be applied over here as well
Mm-hmm.
to the sine wave minus k.
Mm-hmm. Oh snap. Okay, so you're changing both of them. Gotcha. Okay.
And of course, we can add a minus h, and over here minus h, and then
Okay.
and now let me add a I'll add a coordinate point for h and k.
Oh snap. See, this is where things are gonna get interesting.
And now it's almost like I'm moving an entire coordinate plane, which is pretty much exactly what I'm doing.
Wait, what? Okay, so one request because I'm kind of like I'm trying to understand everything and it's kind of hard for me to see. Dude, actually, this is wild.
You see, I had you there.
Yeah,
Okay, launch meeting.
there you go. And then I think you're gonna be on right now. Dude, I'm blown away so far. By the way, this is just
Oh,
incredible. Okay, so I see, and you could even like you can shut off the screen if you like. I'm just waiting for you to show up. There it is. I see you. Okay. And if you want, if you can share that screen, that way I can see it on my end.
Join with computer
Oh,
audio.
I see. Dang, and you hold, so you're holding your phone with one hand and typing with the other?
Yep.
Good, look at that. All right. Yeah, and if you want to just share that screen.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm not used to Zoom.
No, good,
Okay,
man.
share screen here.
Yeah, let's do it. And you should be able to see like just your desktop or your browser.
All right, you can see everything.
I am doing it. Yeah, I'm seeing it now. Perfect. Okay. Oh, I'm loving this. Okay, so let's see. You added a. That's what I was trying to understand right here. So you added an HK, which is the center, right?
Right.
Okay, and then you're able to just. Oh, and you can move it around with the cursor.
Oh yeah, that's what this part is for. And I
Got it.
created a point that for H and K
Mm-hmm.
that represents my movement on the X and Y axis respectively.
Got it. Got it. Yeah. So right now we're just kind of working on transformations there.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
And
Cool. Okay.
dude,
Awesome.
what'd you say?
So I was gonna say, I mean, let's. I feel like you have a process going. So what would be next? Like if we have something like this, and you're like, okay, now I'm gonna show you something even crazier with this particular function. Like how do we make it look even more weird?
Oh, more weird.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, there's a lot of ways. So
Okay.
let this is where it gets fun.
Okay.
So I'm going to add a variable here,
Mm-hmm.
another basic transformation.
Yep. So now you're changing the period, I will assume.
Yep.
Okay.
For both the circle and the sine wave.
Okay. Oh, look at that. Okay. Oh, so you're doing it to both so that it can shrink. Got it. Yes. Okay, cool.
Mostly because, and I like to do this just so people understand that a circle and a function are both things that can be transformed the same way.
Yep.
Because when people think of moving the circle, they think in terms of H and K.
Mm-hmm.
But then with the function, for some reason, I feel like people think that it's an entirely different mechanism when it's pretty much exactly the same thing.
Yeah, yeah. Oh wow. Okay. This is exciting because this is something that I can easily relate to like when it comes to just explaining this to any student and saying, okay, this is how the period works and this is how I mean, it compresses and it vertical compression or stretch, if you will.
Right.
Yep. Okay. So I'm looking. I was like, kind of stalking your TikTok, and I saw so many videos that were just so insane. There was one specifically. I think I'm gonna find it really quick. So there was something with the Taylor series. I'm even gonna flip my camera so you can see what I'm talking about.
Oh yeah.
Okay. So is that something that you can pull up and kind of explain, or is that something that you need to just draw out or take some time?
Oh no, I can explain it.
All right, let's do it. Okay.
I'm not gonna create it from scratch though, because that would take a while.
Right. No, I have to assume you have some things programmed already, right?
So a lot. Here's a graph. Here's the center point. This is kind of like, as I said, I haven't taken calculus, so I'm guessing this is a Maclaurin series.
Okay.
But
Uh,
I just based it on three. Wait, no, it's a Taylor series, but based on 3 dimensions.
got it.
And for me, is I just when I think of dimensions, I just visualize it one going one way and going the other way, and
Mm-hmm.
just adding it just like you would do basic matrices.
Mm-hmm.
For example, uh, here's the let me see. Yeah, this is the equation for this.
Did you come up with that?
Yeah, but when you okay, let me get it all the way to the end.
Okay.
So all I did was I said, hey, so this is x minus x1, and
Mm-hmm.
you did a video about it the other day.
The Taylor series, right?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And all I said here is this is my multivariable function,
Okay.
but I'm taking a derivative only with respect to x. Well,
Yes.
x1, which is where this point is here.
Mm-hmm.
Then after that, and this is just for the animation. After that, here's the dx. I just took the derivative twice, and then
Twice.
this
Okay.
is 1/2.
Okay.
And yep, this is
And then one
exactly
over
one
six.
over
Yes.
six.
Because
And
three
you can guess the other
factorial.
one.
Let's go. Yes. Oh my goodness. I would have never thought of doing like that's is there a faster way of showing like the third derivative or the fourth derivative and the fifth derivative, or does it have to
In
be
Desmos,
yeah,
nope, it has to be counted.
got
Well,
it.
well, since this is, I have to do d over dx
Mhm.
just because it's a multi-variable function. But
Mhm.
you can do f prime of x, and it will still give you the derivative. And you can also have more to show the nth derivative.
Got it. Yes, yes. So as long as you do the
So,
apostrophe it works.
but for this, trust me, I tested it. I was like, I don't want to do this all the time, but it looks like I'm going to have to.
Got it. Oh my goodness. And so you did like the I think it was to the 7th, right? Or something like that? Cuz I saw a 5040 at the end.
Yep.
Yeah, that's the 6. Oh yeah, cuz 6 factorial, 7 factorial. Yup, you did it all the way. And what was the function f of x for this one?
The function f of x. Sorry,
It's all
I'm
good.
going through a lot just because. Uh, let me just. But yeah, this is the basic function here: sine of
Sine.
y plus sine of x. I mean, I could do. I'll just take out this sine of y right quick.
Okay. Oh, yes, because it's three-dimensional. So this is just a sine wave in 3D. And then when you add the y, I see, yes, obviously multivariable. Like if you again, for anyone watching, and by the way, I will put this on YouTube for people to like rewatch it and you can share it.
Okay.
I think
Oh,
this,
thank you.
yeah, it'll be great for you and I. Um, so for anyone watching, this is sine. So you have the sine wave in the x direction. And if you add the sine y, which you had in the beginning, it starts adding. Yeah, seeing you can just move that around. So Desmos does that, right, with the 3D stuff.
Oh no, I did that.
You're able to move it like you created something so you can move it around.
Here are the. As soon as it loads up,
Okay.
or maybe. Oh, that's weird. Usually, it just okay. I might just. No, let me just reload this.
Okay. No, all good.
That's a first that it did that to me. So essentially, here's the 3D engine here.
Oh, I see. Okay. Yes. Sine, cosine. Oh, so you had to, and you had to build that yourself.
Oh yeah, I could also show you how it was built if you want.
Bro, let's do it. I mean, it seems like we're on a roll here.
Oh my goodness.
Unless, of course, I have other videos that I will love to be. I would love to see how you build. So if you feel this takes too long, we can do another one if you like.
I don't know. Let's see. I guess I could. All right, so let's go on a blank canvas,
Okay, let's do it.
and so right now, when I think about actually, let me. It's better if I show it.
Okay.
So here's a sine wave. So you remember when I was talking about adding variables for the period and everything?
Uh huh.
So essentially, when you're doing 3D,
Mm-hmm.
you're essentially doing that, except in different directions.
Okay. Oh
What I
yes.
mean by that is, let's say, instead of just x, I do a x minus y. Actually, no, let me do x minus k first.
Okay. So it's transforming it to the left and right. Got it.
And, but first, actually, be better if I do a y minus k.
Okay.
All right.
And by the way, one
So
thing
that's
you can
cool,
do.
right?
Yes, I was gonna tell you one thing you could do is you can keep your camera on the graph, and I'll keep my camera on the function. That way, everyone can see both things happening at the same time.
Okay.
You see what
So,
I'm doing there?
yep, that's perfect.
Okay, cool.
Uh,
Okay,
k
so
equals.
yeah.
Oh wait.
Oh, oh, never mind. I thought I knew what you. Oh, wait. Y equals k.
So this line is going to represent what's happening. So
Mm-hmm.
you can think of this as the y, well, the x-axis being moved up and down,
Mm-hmm.
and you can see how it's affecting this side. When I pull this up by one,
Mm-hmm.
this point that was over just right here
Mm-hmm.
is being lifted up by one. This point over here is being lifted up by one.
Mm-hmm.
This point here, one. So the effect is every point that you see is going to be lifted up by one. Because for me, I think of everything as a series. This whole thing is just a series of points to me.
Mm-hmm.
So why can't, if I can do that, I can make it, let me put it back down. I can make it where this moves up one, but this point here moves down one.
Okay, so let's see. So you want to move the k, I'm assuming, and then move.
Yep.
Okay.
So to do that, I'm going to have to actually do something with it.
Okay. Y minus
And I'm
k.
going to turn the K into a line where over here,
Mm-hmm.
this is going to be moved up one.
Mm-hmm.
Over here, this is going to be moved up two. Instead of everything being moved up by one, I'm going to move based off of a function.
Okay.
And you'll see the effect right here.
Oh, because is that so? The y that we have up on top, that's still the same y that we have on the bottom.
Yep.
Okay. Okay.
So if I do minus x here, then you can see what happens.
Y minus x. Okay. Oh my god. Okay. It's making sense. So you transformed it. Wow. So you're like you mentioned, you're just playing around with these numbers or these variables
Yep.
and just seeing like the melodies or like the cadence here that is being created. Okay.
And I can have some fun with this. I'll just call this y,
Mm-hmm.
and this will be yy.
Oh, I see. Okay. Oh, that's interesting. Desmos wants you to still make it a y, like a lowercase y.
Yep.
Okay.
And I just want to make sure I'm doing everything right.
Mm-hmm.
So now this is y minus x,
Mm-hmm.
because everything's being shifted up by, and I'm just, let me see. Where is it? Okay, that'll work. Okay, so now the cool thing about this is if I make this 2,
Mm-hmm.
and then I just add another variable here,
So you take it and add
because that will be the
this.
slope of this line.
Uh-huh. Wow. Okay. So you created, let's see, I'm just trying to break everything down here. So you had the original function. Dude, this is just so mind-blowing that I've never knew Desmos can be so powerful, to be quite honest with you. So you, let's see. So you started with the original function and you made
Yep.
it equal to this big variable uppercase y, right?
Right.
And then you made y equal to this slope, y minus mx. And then you said I'm gonna change. Oh, I see. Because as you're transforming something upward, you want to change.
Oh yeah, but the rate.
Yeah. Oh, the rate. Okay, so that's okay. I'm understanding what's going on. So as the y value is changing, but the y value is changing at a constant rate, right?
Yep.
y minus mx. And then so you said if I change the m value, so where is your lowercase y? Does that matter, or is that
Oh,
just
the
so you can
lowercase y is
translate
in
up and
there.
down? Okay.
Yeah. If I just did this, nothing's gonna change. That's all I'm saying for the y, because this
Mm-hmm.
y represents something like this.
Mm-hmm.
You'll still see it, but I'm just saying it's transformed. Wait, did it change? Oh no, I
Nothing's
didn't.
changing on
My
mine. Yeah.
my n was just 0.
Got it. Oh, okay. So you made this equal. So you're just setting the two equations equal to each other, and as you're transforming it, I see what's going on. And then the a stayed the same. So really, all you're changing is the m, right?
Yep.
Yeah. And the
But
m, I mean,
the biggest thing to get is, instead of saying y plus or minus y minus k, and then
mm-hmm.
saying there's this constant that I'm transforming everything by.
Right.
I'm saying x, and when I say x, that's, instead of a constant, that's x represents every possibility. So here it's
Mm-hmm.
10, here it's 6, here is -2.
Mm-hmm.
That's that's the difference between the constant and a variable for me.
Got it. Got it.
And then
Okay.
m in front of the x just gives it makes it go at a different rate.
Interesting. So I'm curious, why is it like as you're moving the m, which makes sense because you're changing the slope of it, how is it that your sine function continues to get, like, it looks like it stretches? So is the period changing, or is it just trying to catch up to the
Oh, the period's not
the?
change. The period's not changing. The
It's
thing,
not, right.
what's happening is, okay, so look right here,
Mm-hmm.
it where it's pi and 2 pi,
Mm-hmm.
and I change it here.
Oh, I see
It's
what's
still
going on.
pi where pi is here.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just changing where it's being added.
Yes.
Well, what I mean to say is, you see how the axis is here.
Mm-hmm.
It would have been the same. It actually, let me make another sine wave here. You can see where it crosses.
Mm-hmm.
And let me also make a. Sorry. There we go.
X is equal to pi. Okay. So that's the
So
period, or half the period, I would say.
so all I did was just move move everything up.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing about it is, you see how over here it's going up 2. I
Yes.
mean, not going up 2, but it's going up by 0.921 over here.
Right.
Over here, this is also going up by 0.921.
Uh-huh.
Here it's going up by 0. Here it's also going up by 0. If if you visualize it, everything as just a set of points,
Mm-hmm.
then here on this
Yeah.
here on 2 pi,
Uh-huh.
it's not going to move. I'm just shifting the entire
Right.
axis, but I'm not shifting anything else.
Got it. So I wonder if I can argue that or if we can say that this black part, the hypotenuse.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, I guess what I'm trying to visualize is the black line, which is a linear equation. The length from the origin to that point of intersection where the purple, the red, and the black line are or the black function are intersecting. That length has to be 2 pi, right?
You're talking about here?
Yes. Would that be 2 pi?
The length would be 2 pi coming over here.
To 2 pi there and then 2 pi upward?
Yeah. Well, technically, if you're going solely by period,
Mm-hmm.
the wavelength,
Mm-hmm.
then yeah, because it's going up and down over here, and it's also going up and down over here.
Right.
So the wavelength's going to stay the same
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
for the entirety of it,
Yeah. So it's
and that's
interesting.
important. And that's a really important to take note of if I want to do something like this. Oh, sorry.
No, you're good.
Well, actually, if I want to do something like, and then let me let you see the effect.
Mm-hmm.
And should have set a function for it, but very important here as well. As you can see, it's curving now.
Okay. Oh, because again, yes. So it basically it has to continue matching the same period because, like you said, it's not stretching or the period shouldn't be changing. So it's almost like it has to catch up, if you will, if that's kind of how you want to
Yep.
visualize it. Mm-hmm. Wow. Okay. So this kind of brings me this idea. I know that we were talking about the whole 3D stuff, but this reminds me of a sine function. Now, I'm just gonna have to make an assumption. Remember that one TikTok I made about like the ellipse?
Mm-hmm.
And then you stitched in, you said, I'm going to do the ellipse, but then you made it into like these crazy waves.
Oh yeah.
Did you use a sign like this
Yep.
sort of idea?
Yep.
Okay.
That's exactly what I did.
Awesome. Okay. So could we do that? I mean, I think that was kind of fun.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
Also,
Mm-hmm.
before I actually, you see, actually, I'll do the ellipse and then I'll show it.
Okay. Sounds good.
So, and I'm just gonna say,
Okay, so we just have an ellipse, surrounding ellipse with a vertical axis of at like root 3 and negative root 3, and then root 8 on the top.
All right, so
Well, I meant horizontal root 3, and then vertical root 8.
and I guess we could make it a bit longer so you can see the waves better.
Okay. Could we make it like yeah, if I was gonna say 64, I don't know if you like whole numbers or if you like working with these crazy irrational values.
Oh, I don't mind working with.
All right, so let's do 64 for the y, and then maybe like 9 for the x.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh yeah, that's nice.
Okay.
For me, I'm just playing with numbers as I go along.
Dude, you're just messing around with stuff, yeah.
So, yeah. When as I like to say, when I think of functions and implicit equations, they're all the same thing to me. Just
Right.
just a lot of points that are waiting to be manipulated some way.
I see.
So let's say what I could do with the y or the x. That it might maybe add it. Okay, so
Okay.
so let me see. First thing I want to do is see which one I can move.
Okay, so
Okay, I can move this.
So it looks like you always start off with like this idea, like, okay, we're gonna set the equation or write it out, and then we're gonna work with the translation stuff, and that's gonna affect everything.
Right.
Okay.
Yep. And then I'm like, okay, so I can move. I want this part to shift this way, this part to shift that way. What better way to do that than with the sine wave?
Okay.
And then I kind of want it upside down. So I'm just going to take the inverse.
I like it. Okay, cool.
And so I'm just going to do that.
Okay. Oh,
there we go.
Snap. Oh, snap. Wait. Okay. Whoa. Okay, so you did x minus sine y. So now x, the translation's being manipulated by this specific graph, right?
Right.
Sine y. Okay, so sine y is still there in green, and then okay, wow, crazy. Okay, I'm following. This is great. I love this idea. Okay, so you're gonna do something with the y now, right?
I could, but if for your video, I kept this straight.
Okay.
While having it wave over here. So the way I would probably do that is I'll need to multiply it by another function to control where I want it to be straight and where I want it to curve.
Okay.
So the way I think about it is, if everything multiplied by 1 is just itself, right?
Mm-hmm.
And everything multiplied by 0 is just 0.
Right.
So let me get another function in here. And it depends on your cup of tea, but
okay. Wait,
this
is this
function,
the hyperbolic, or is this the tan inverse?
This the hyperbolic.
Got it.
But tan inverse could also probably be used here. But so what do I want to do here? This is -1 and this is 1. I like this 1. I want to keep it. But I don't like this -1. I want this -1 to be bumped up to 0.
Okay.
So I'm going to multiply everything by 1/2. When I do that, this is now approaching -1/2, and this is approaching +1/2. So now I'll just bump it up to 1/2 by 1/2, and now I got my 1 and I got my 0.
Got it.
So now, and the thing about it is, I want it to be a smooth transition.
Mm-hmm.
Like it used to do it. I used to do it by using a lot just piecewise functions. But when I found this function, I was like, I'll just use this.
Right on. Okay.
So now I have this sine wave. And what happens when I multiply this sine wave by this function? Over here, all these values are going to be multiplied by this, which
By
is always 1. And
close
all
to
these
one.
values are
Yeah.
going to be multiplied. What did you say?
I was gonna say close to one, right? Not
Close to
necessarily
1.
one. Yeah.
And all these values are going to be multiplied by a value very close to 0.
Okay.
So now I'm going to take this function, multiply it.
Sine. Make it. Whoa. Okay. So wait. So you multiply it by sine. Okay. So let's. Okay. Can I see that again? So let me see just the sine and then the tangent. Okay. So I'm just let's for the viewers, I guess so they can see is. I'm trying to like draw on here. So like these points, like you're multiplying them, right?
Yep.
So it's like a value, it's like a negative value or close to 0, I guess you can say.
Right.
And then when you multiply these numbers, you have like, they're still kind of, it's like a negative number, I would say. And then it gets smaller and smaller. So you're just multiplying these. But then you start these values on the right, you're multiplying almost 1 by these. So that's why you have that wave in that second function. I see. Okay. Okay. This makes sense for me. Now can I see the red function, the one where you have the product of the two functions? Because it's always being multiplied by 1/2. Oh, well, 1, not 1/2. Oh, okay. So you're continuing to transform it. Dang. It's so funny. You're absolutely right. It's literally just numbers being manipulated. Every single number that you can manipulate, and then you start seeing that small little.
Yeah.
It's not something. It makes sense when you talk about it, but when you actually break it down, I would have never thought about it whatsoever. Wow. Okay. So what else can you do? I mean, now that it seems like you have the ball rolling here, what else, what other stuff do you like to do when it comes to just, again, manipulating one set of or a specific set of numbers?
Well, to finish off what we were doing here.
Oh, that's right. Almost forgot about that.
Oh, this gets better.
Okay.
Okay, so I got to, since this is inverse, I got to change this to y.
Okay. And now you're changing, making that smaller, so it's like the same idea. Okay.
And keep in mind, I've done all this, and I also got to put this over here as well. So let me do that.
Oh, minus. So then you're saying, okay, this little weird function, I'm just going to make it. Oh, yes. So all we're doing right now is still just manipulating the x values.
Oh, yeah.
This weird function. And this weird function was something that you were playing around with. Is this something you saw online? Or is this something? Yeah.
Oh, yeah. There's a lot of functions that do this.
Mm-hmm.
But I just like using it. One thing, like, my cheap go-to was sine of x.
Mm-hmm.
Well, or wait, sine of x.
Okay.
And then just kind of manipulating the.
You just change it by something.
And then making a piecewise. Everything after this is 1. Mm-hmm. Everything before this is 0. That's one way to do it.
Okay.
And I think another way was
No
I
way.
can't think of it now.
Okay.
But there's uh, like even a total beginner who doesn't know about it can use
Hmm.
piecewise functions to simulate it. All that's required for that transformation is this smooth step
Hmm.
to make it look to make it gradually blend into the the wave.
And that's why you wanted that. Okay, because you said your initial goal was, if you zoom out a little bit, you wanted the function to first look initially kind of just like a regular ellipse, right? If you zoom
Right.
out, and then as the x gets larger, or as I'm sorry, as the y value as you go up, then you see that curve.
Oh yeah. And the
Okay.
cool thing about it is, I can manipulate. Like turn this off
Mm-hmm.
by playing with this wavelength. Well, if it was a sine wave,
Mm-hmm.
you put a right here to
Okay.
just manipulate the wavelength, right?
Mm-hmm.
Same thing here. Put a right here, and then you'll be able to make it a sharp
Yep.
version or make it very gradual.
Yes.
And to see what effect that would have, here's a sharp, and then here's oh, and then here's very gradual.
And then what happens? I saw that it moved. So if you go to the
Yep,
left, so the A value, oh yes, because,
because it's negative,
oh my god, yes, and it's
and
getting
you can
larger.
see what's happening real time with this.
Oh my god. Some people might not find this exciting, but just the fact that when you're manipulating 2 points at a time, that's really what you're working with, and then you're changing that A value, you can really see how these functions are affecting each other. Wow. Wow, dude, I get it. I see why how we're able to create these things. Um, okay with that. I don't know
Oh,
how much time we
sweet!
have. Okay,
I got plenty.
right on. Yeah, so I have to end at 6:30, but I have one that I want to show you real quick. Um, it was a TikTok, so we did the 3D. This was the one I think we created.
Yep.
So very similar, right? So how did you do that? Was it kind of like a video that you created, or was it? Do you just kind of change the A value so that it can start making that weird ripple?
Oh,
You
that's
made
it.
like a video. Yep. And again, I am such a noob when it comes to Desmos. I'm sure some people are gonna think that's obvious, but I get it. So you animated a thing. Oh, and then you could do.
But the thing about it
Mm-hmm.
is, it looks like it's just moving right now. But when you think about it in terms of what you uh it moving as a wave on an ellipse,
Mm-hmm.
it doesn't look as clear cut as this. It doesn't look like a constant movement. It just looks like it's sloshing back and forth.
Right. Right.
So it's like an illusion of it.
Yeah, I see.
Like it looks like there's a lot more work into put into it.
Mm-hmm. Oh my goodness, I know. That's why when I saw it, I'm like, yeah, I'm blown away. But then when you break it down, not that it's easy, it's definitely still difficult. But once you again understand the steps and how we went about it, I mean, it's pretty simple. Um, I think that's just how math goes. It looks hard at first, but then when you start applying it, like
Yep.
it's pretty easy. Um, okay, there was. Let me pull up another one. Okay, this one right here. You did like something with some trees.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Is that something that you could explain in like 10 minutes, or is that something that takes a little more time?
That one might take a little bit of time, but I'll say it like this. I use this same tan function,
Okay.
but as you can see, it's a lot more gradual.
Okay. Oh, okay. Okay.
And the trees waving,
Mm-hmm.
that's a vertical sine function, just like I did on your ellipse.
Okay. So you kind of did the same thing. And so going back to the video that I'm showing on the screen, you just created multiple sine waves, right?
Yep.
Okay, different colors, obviously. At first, there are sine waves. And how is it that they can? Oh, as you're moving in the X direction, I don't know. I think you're moving to the right in this case. You're creating that same idea where at first, it's pretty smooth, but then whatever function you manipulated as you go into the right is creating that ripple effect.
Exactly.
Oh, dude, man, you got to get ready for like a Christmas version of this. I mean, I forget the other account. I think it's like Desmos something. I'm so bad with names, but
yeah, Desmos.
Is it Desmos? Okay, yeah, he creates a lot of those things, and he does like the whole name, and I know he takes requests and all that. So that'd be really cool. You got to get into that because I think you have like just such a talent for it.
Oh yeah, about that. Before you go.
Yeah, what else you got? Let's go to the. I'm flipping my camera so you can show me.
Ooh.
Where is this going? Okay. P off. I'm assuming these are just functions that you created or points, right?
Yep. Well, this is a parametric.
Oh, okay. So let's see. You have these equations, yes. So a parametric for X and for Y, and again, you created those things.
Yep.
And you did the A.
And then to just show the parametric.
Bro, wait, did you create that? Or is that something that you took from him?
No, I created. Well, it's a program actually.
Oh, did you program it yourself, or is that something you just downloaded?
This one I didn't program.
Okay, so you just put the text, and then it creates a parametric equation.
Oh yeah, and I have to choose the file for where the text is coming from.
Oh, I see.
And then I can transform it, do what I want to do. And I like this just because of the fact that I like to do a lot of animation, especially in 3D. And if I just do, if I just do the traditional names, I can't really do anything with it.
Right.
Because
you just put
yeah, and you see the shape is entirely dependent on the display, and I can't really transform it in the ways I could do if I wanted to do something like this.
Okay, sine. Oh, I see. Because you're multiplying that sine of P, that parametric, right, in terms of X.
Oh yeah.
Y, correct?
Let me see if they see it better here.
Okay.
But yep.
So you're taking the sine value, and as it oscillates, it creates that.
Let me make it better though. And let me reduce this.
Okay, so +2. So again, you're taking the sine wave, you're changing the amplitude to 0.5, and then you're translating that, and of course it continues to create that wave in the name.
And everything, this is it when it's not essentially, multiplied everything. So at this peak, this is going to be the highest. At this point, it's going to be the lowest. Well, relatively, because
yeah. I think that is that what you meant, like the lowest in like that V shape, or the lowest. I guess.
Well,
yeah.
Every point here is going to be multiplied by 1.5. Every point that's aligned with this X is going to be multiplied by 2.5. So that's why this point over here is being multiplied by 2.5. So that now it's right all the way up here.
Whatever that is, yeah. And of course, as you
and this point here is still being multiplied by 1.5. So it's going to come up here, but it's not going to be multiplied by as much as what's over here. So that's why I can have this wave effect.
Yeah. What happens if you do like because sines are actually really nice because of the waves. and the way they work. But like, what happens if you change? I don't know if this is even going to be like as amazing or fun. But what happens if you change the sign into like a natural log or a parabola?
Oh,
Even like, what if you do like x squared? Okay, yeah. See, so it just kind of like does that
and you
in
can
the shape
see
of a
why.
natural log. Mm-hmm.
But yeah, you can see like all the possibilities.
Yeah. Oh, dude, this is
Or parabola, as you said.
yeah. Let's
It's
do it.
just well,
So as a parabola, of course.
let
Oh
me
yeah,
make.
you have to stretch it, right? Yep.
Yeah,
Even
by a
then, you have to
factor of
zoom
one
in.
over 1,000. But
But again, as you can see, we're thinking we want to change this in terms of the y value in terms of the parabola, or you want to make it in the shape of a parabola. So it's gonna make that movement as the parabola goes upward. The name or those words are also gonna continue moving upward, and obviously they kind of stretch there.
and that's
Jeez.
pretty and
Mm-hmm.
that's pretty much the basics of 3D. Except and then yeah, that's pretty much the basics of how 3D works.
Mm-hmm.
It's a little bit more in depth, and 3D is actually a lot more rigid.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that's pretty much the mechanics
Wow. So
behind just transforming functions in general.
I love it. I love it. I think the next time we'll have to definitely do a like a 3D where you kind of explain, because now I understand. Assuming 3D is almost going to be the same thing, right? But now you're just manipulating what the z value. I don't know if you're working with 3 coordinates. I'm assuming that's what you're going to have.
No, I'm working with 2 coordinates. I'm just
Okay.
giving the illusion that I'm working with the third.
Oh, interesting. Oh gosh. Okay. We gotta hop on another live real soon and we gotta talk about that because I think that's so again, intro to Desmos magic, whatever you're doing here. I mean, it's incredible. And then we can talk about how we translate this or how we manipulate this to make it look like a 3D shape.
Oh yeah.
Wow. This is dude, this is so cool. I mean, I can stay here for hours. I've learned so much. If like before we hop off, if you were to give some sort of advice to anyone that's either studying math in STEM or really that's like wants to get into Desmos, I feel like that's an up and coming thing that people are really trying to understand and master. What's like some advice that you will give them?
Uh, the advice I'll probably say is break stuff down into chunks.
Mm-hmm.
If you look at it as a whole, it's intimidating as heck, and you will be demotivated. Break it down into chunks, tackle it one step at a time, and
Mm-hmm.
it's a lot easier said than done because that in itself is a skill. That's
Mm-hmm.
why that's why teachers are teachers because they can break stuff down for students, and that's a skill that people who are even very practiced in the industry might sometimes lack.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, break stuff down, and it gets easier as you chug along, and that's with almost everything, especially math.
I have to agree. Yep. I think it's well said. Um, yeah, man, Desmos is something else, and I think you have taught me so much today. Start messing around with some of these functions, and I'm probably gonna have to be messaging you because I'm gonna have a couple questions.
Oh man, please give me all the questions you got.
Yeah,
All
awesome.
right,
So
and I
you're
wanted
on.
to
Yeah, go ahead.
before you went, I did want to transform
Oh, go for
do
it.
one more basic
All
transformation.
right, let me go back over here so I can show the function.
Is it? Yep.
So another parametric here.
Okay, so this I'm just setting it where all the x values and y values are transformed by this.
Mm-hmm.
And now I'm going to put your name in there as well.
Okay. Oh, because you. Oh, wait. I think is this the equation for a circle? The parametric? Is that what you did?
Uh, partially. Let me do one thing right quick.
Okay.
Let me see. Did I do this right? I probably need to.
Yeah, just zoom in on that.
Oh wait.
Uh-huh. Okay. Now you're changing Y, and now you're changing X. Bro, no way. And as you're trying to solve this, it just goes to show just manipulating some variables can really change the way the graph looks.
Oh yeah. And let me try to get everything. Why does it stretch? Oh, it's because of the radius. Because of that big radius.
0.1.
And can transform there.
Uh-huh. Okay.
And now, let me just change the angle. I'm just changing the angle because what I just did was make it a polar equation.
Okay. Dude.
And,
Is this what's going on in graphics? Like when we're doing a design, whether it's like Photoshop or like even Canva, is that what's going on in the background? Do you happen
yep.
to know that? It is? Oh, wow. It's just it's like a simple circle and you're looping it and you're creating that. Yes, I love it. Wow. That is so cool. So obviously, with not only practicing these things, you should definitely have a good idea of some like popular functions that are out there.
Oh yeah. One thing about programming functions, it makes it easier,
Mm-hmm.
but what's going on in the background is the math.
Yes, exactly. No, 100% agree with you. Yes. Dude, that's awesome. Thank you for showing me that.
It's no problem at all.
Yeah, that's great. So, again, before we hop off, you're obviously on TikTok. Is there anything else that you're on? Are you like on Instagram or are you on YouTube or anything?
I am on Facebook, but
Mm-hmm.
that's mostly for just giving stuff to math teachers.
Oh, what do you mean by that? Like you're actually giving them
Making
material? Oh, shoot.
lesson
Okay.
plans, and just showcasing different designs that math teachers could probably use.
Oh, that is awesome. I'm hoping that you're
TikTok
getting
is
paid for
my
that.
just like, what'd you say?
I said I'm hoping that you're getting paid for that.
No.
Oh, dude, you got to charge a price. Come on. You're obviously good at this. Yes, you got to get paid for it.
That's what my wife tells me.
Yeah. I'm telling you, keep trying. I mean, there's a lot of stuff on the Teachers Pay Teachers. Um, I think even having a website or even like a link tree. I don't know if you have a link in your profile, but you should have something like that where people can go and just download something for free. And hopefully later on, you can start charging for some of these things.
Yeah, that's a plan.
Yeah.
In a
Think
little
about
bit.
it. Yeah, you'd be very surprised how many people out there are willing to even give you a couple bucks for the work that you do.
Oh,
Yeah.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, of course, man. Anytime. Well, I mean, again, so whoever is watching this, please go follow SirBoabert on TikTok. And I mean, dude, keep hacking away. We'll continue keeping in touch. And hopefully, the next time we see each other, it will be something with 3D. I think that'll be a cool little segment that we do.
Oh yeah, I'll have something prepared, and I also do have two 3D and 3 minute videos on TikTok.
Oh, perfect. Okay. Sounds good. You should send them to me on DMs. That way, like in the YouTube description, I can link them so people can see them.
Oh, awesome! Thank you
Yeah.
so much.
Anytime, man. Cool. All right, dude. Well, it was nice finally meeting you and finally learning about this stuff. I really appreciate it.
Oh, thank you so much, sir. I definitely appreciate being here.
Of course, man. Yeah, looking forward to it. All right. Well, we'll continue staying in touch.
I'll definitely.
All right, dude. Take it easy, man. Have a good one.
You too.
All right. Bye.
Bye.